Well, as we like to say, we save the best for last. If you are channel surfing, welcome into HSN. I'm Shannon, and I have to say, if you haven't heard about Embassy, where have you been? They make 1 in 4 shredders in America. They really are what professionals rely on. This is professional grade, professional caliber. And even though every Embassy shredder that we have offered here at HSN has gone on to be a customer pick, we have a brand new design, an exclusive package, new colors, but these are the best features we have ever offered in history. So for the next 30 minutes, you can get it, not for almost $200, you can get it with free shipping, 5 flex pay, ends on everything at the stroke of midnight. So you could do that now for $29. We deliver it to your door, still have that unconditional money back guarantee until the end of January. And yes, you get the kind of cut that criminals hope you don't have. This is the elite. This is the more expensive. This is the upgrade. You consider that, you know, Oscar-winning film where they were showing people piece together social security numbers and photos. Nobody's getting your information here. You also get some of those lubricant sheets. So whether there was a move or a death in the family, you just got a pile of papers, just like you want to keep, you know, your air conditioner or your automobile or your washer and dryer running smoothly. They include those as well. And we are doing it in exclusive colors for an exclusive price only for the next half hour. The other thing about this is it has the most advanced power, but the biggest capacity in terms of auto shred. Now, what that means to you, and I think we've actually got one set up on another area of the set, because honey, you hear it. I mean, it's got power. So whether it's the 130 sheets, and we're just talking about set it and forget it, load it, and you know, you can load them in the front, you can load them in the back. If you want that expanded capacity, you use it in the back, and then you just pick your color of choice. So here's what we have remaining. This beautiful brushed silver, love, and these are all what I would kind of call luxury automobile metallic kind of finishes. Then we have our gold, and our rose gold. And then, Kevin, do we have any of the black remaining as well? So we have a few of the black remaining as well. We did lose that black, but grab yours. Listen, I can't help you take off 10 pounds overnight, but I can help you feel like you did. Because when you're busting the clutter, better for Mother Earth, better for your pocketbook, better for your security. Oh, he's just better. Bill Duggan, I tell you, you're shredding up a storm all day, and this is so interesting, Bill, because we've sold a lot of Embassy shredders together, but for us to say this is easily their best, their biggest capacity, their most advanced, their most powerful, I can't imagine how they're gonna top this. So, Bill, fill in some of the blanks. If people are new to the category of shredders, but Embassy in particular, what makes this so special in its class?
Well, when you think about Embassy, they do make 1 in 4 shredders. All of them are customer picks, and they've gone big for us. They know we're home. They know we're home with all of this paperwork. All the corporate paperwork's come home with us, too. So they've made this bigger, they've made it quieter, more powerful. So instantly everything's on casters, which is great. Comes fully assembled too. So the fact that it ships for free is great because this weighs about 18 pounds. You don't have to put anything together. Everything's bigger, everything's better. The waste bin is bigger. Normally we give you 3 gallons, 3.5. This is a 5.5 gallon waste bin. And I gotta tell you, my home office is small. So I use this drawer as my trash can. So it's dual purpose. I throw things away, but then when I need to shred, I close that door. And then yes, I can hear in the front, because there's actually 2 shredding compartments, shred up to 10 sheets at a time. But the big game changer has been the auto shred capacity, because we've offered this before, but never with 130 sheets. And this is what happens. That stack of papers just gets bigger and bigger because I put off shredding. I found a box I totally had forgotten about. Even if it did 100 sheets, which this will do is great, but up to 130 pages, what do I have to do? I don't have to sit here and count out 10 or 12 at a time. I can take the whole stack, half the stack, load it up, and what happens is it does the shredding for me. And it doesn't just make it simple shred, it gives me that small, fine micro cut, which is harder for them to piece together. They even gave us a light on the inside so you can see when it gets illuminated and all that. But while this is happening, I don't have to wait for 130 pages. I can keep shredding because I found some other stuff, found some receipts, found some junk mail, and look at that power. Or better yet, while it's shredding, I can go do other things. Shannon, do you want it on the rocks or straight up? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get those drinks. And the things is, we all have other things to do. The dog still needs to be walked, the kids need to be put to bed, and that's where this has really given us freedom. But also, it's saving us money. If you go look at the big box stores at the array of shredders, sure, there are shredders with this strip cut technology from the 70s. Are you trusting your credit score and your identity to 50-year-old technology? It's affordable, but it's not foolproof. And you really want to do yourself the solid of getting home a shredder that's going to last you, that's going to protect your identity. Because actually, I'm going to just pause this just for a moment. Being a Today special, and being that we sold out of the black, I'm going to actually pop in a clear bin, which they gave us this year, which is so much fun and exciting. Because one, I want you to see microcutting in action, because this is really where you do get excited. One of our reviewers called it an instant gratification window, because you see that sensitive information go in, and then you're not getting this dated stuff. You're getting something that is finer and smaller. And when I mean go in, this ships to you in a big cardboard box. Recycle the cardboard. Don't recycle your identity. And look what happens. That cardboard, not a problem. Staples, credit cards, it's going to go through all of that with such ease. And not just because it's a brand new shredder, it's because it's the quality of what Embassy provides you. That's why all of them have been customer picks. This one has just really been elevated, including the finishes. We've just brought back this shiny card kind of finish with those metallics, which is really nice. Because if you leave it out, you're more likely going to use it. That junk mail starts to come in. Guess what? I'm not even going to open this up. I don't need it. Don't want that credit card offer. Don't want to even be tempted. Shred it. Do you know they actually pad these envelopes? So we have to open them up so we can see it. But they also put our personal information on those applications already for our convenience. But let's be real, if I'm just throwing it away, I'm just making it convenient for other people to get my identity. And that's really what we're trying to stop. It happened to me, it happened to Shannon, it happens to 1 in 7 of us, because you know what we do? We do this. It's like, it's not gonna happen to me, and I just throw it away. But let me tell you, that one piece of paper is gonna nag at you. And by the way, look how much space that takes up versus how much we've already pulverized. We're on page 30. And by the way, the bin didn't start empty, but this larger bin doesn't fill up nearly as fast because I'm not doing the big throwaway, I'm doing the fine shred.
Well, and you are doing it for this price, for this hour. Basically, no, first and foremost, welcome into HSN. We are actually doing the grand finale of our Big Deals weekend. That means everything is on 5-pay flex pay, only for the next 23 minutes. So whether it's something you've seen in this show, whether it's our RCA tablet or the Antop or Andrew Lessman or Fashion, 5 flex pays goes away at midnight. If you're new to HSN, those are interest-free payments. So you can use PayPal, you can use your major debit card, your major credit card. It simply means you pay as you go, in which case you're looking at less than $30. We pay for the shipping, which is really remarkable, because when you get this at home, you'll feel those metal gears. And the team was so nice to go and grab this for me backstage, because Bill, I gotta tell you, I made the joke the last time we worked together that we should have a child's pool out here. Now this is just some of what you've shredded. Now, you've been shredding with the same shredder in the entire day, because you don't have a team of coordinators at your house. If I had the original documentation, I can tell you it'd probably fill up the entire set. So you are getting this at a premium. You're getting the professional grade. You're getting the most powerful. You're getting the most capacity. You're getting the best price that we will offer. And anyone who has either burned through a shredder in the past, Bill knows I used to call them disposable shredders. Because can you find a shredder for less money? Of course you can. They're doing this. And that's why even if you're gonna bother to spend your money, just like Andrew Lessman vitamins, if you're gonna take somebody's vitamin, you want that bang for your buck. I won't say that you're not doing yourself any favors if you have the old style of shredding, but it's really not doing that much. Even some of, the next version up, it's okay. But when you get to the microcut, nothing is getting through. Whether it's those padded credit cards or the old credit cards or your bank statements or your old tax receipts or you're moving, get this at home with an unconditional money back guarantee until the end of January, and just see for yourself. you do feel lighter. You do kind of feel like there's a weight that's lifted off you. And Bill, that's the one thing. Oh, by the way, they are telling me that rose gold, we have, I think, the last 5 or 6, and okay, 500 only of that rose gold. That's actually my personal pick. That and the brushed gold metallic finish I think is so pretty. Black is actually the most popular. Blue or that silver. You get a trash bin liner, and then you also get 6 lubricant sheets, especially if you're doing large volumes of information or piles of paper. That just helps you kind of keep everything operating smoothly. But Bill, it's not me, it's not you, it's not HSN, but when the United States government issues a recommendation to consumers, they do not do it lightly. And they're saying, listen, there are a lot of things that we're doing at home now. A lot of us are doing payroll. My sister-in-law actually does payroll for their school district at home. So now it's even more vital that you have a professional grade shredder, because it might not be your health information. It might be somebody else's when you're doing that work from home.
That's just it. You now have that corporate responsibility at home. And the thing is, it performs. Look how much that one piece of paper that I crumpled up is taking up space versus everything that's been shredded around it. And I love how you brought up that big bin of stuff. I've been shredding all day long, and this still is performing well. And I got to tell you, I've been in the house, I've been reorganizing, and it feels good, but I found stuff. This is a checkbook from 2000, 91, 90, or 98, 99, 2001. And, you know, some of these companies aren't even around anymore, but guess what? The account number, I still have that bank account, so I can't just throw this stuff away. We all run into that dilemma where it's like, oh, that's useless to me, just throw it away. Whether it's in a drawer, in a box. I mean, I can come in here and like throw this away because it's from 2013, but guess what? I can't just throw it away. It's personal information. So I got to take this whole file and put it in the shredder. And guess what? With this auto shred tray, I can take everything in here and load it up, and it'll do that shredding for me. And you see the proof. You see the end result of Microcut. And remember the features that Embassy is giving to us. Larger bin, larger peekaboo window, the casters. You know, are we always going to have 130 sheets? Not necessarily. But just even the daily mail that's coming in, and it's like, you know what? Thank you, Flo, but I don't need that credit card, so I'm just going to shred it before I even tempted by it and get rid of it. The other thing, you mentioned corporate stuff. Of course, my corporate document just fell on the floor. I was on earlier with Alice Carone, and I had one of her host cards from back in February of 2019. I was like, Alice, what were you doing in February of 2019? You're selling an origami rack. Look, I have that information. The little bit of information in the wrong hands can be damaged. When it's destroyed and put to rest like that, that is peace of mind. And as you pointed out, this is a 30-piece puzzle. The identity thieves have figured this out. And yes, the federal government says we need to shred our documents. This is better than nothing, but if you're going to invest, you might as well get the best that's out there. So you have peace of mind of seeing it become smaller. And I got to tell you, 'tis the season. And this is about to actually turn off on its own because it's going to recognize the bin is full. So 'tis the season, guess what? I use this as packing material. Have you ever gone to pack a box and you're like, oh, I need something else to put in there, or where's the popcorn or all that stuff? Use this. It is so fine and hard to decipher. That's protection at the end of the day. And that's really what this comes down to. Because, yes, you can get a shredder, but it's the peace of mind of knowing you're less likely to be that 1 in 7 in terms of identity theft. Because most of us don't realize we're a victim until it's too late. Until we try to get the financing on a house or on a car or open up a credit card. And what do you mean I don't quickly qualify? And it's like, oh, well, you have this ding or something on your credit. And they're like, huh? So guess what that process is? It's not just calling, you know, Visa and MasterCard or the 3 credit agencies. I have to take this 85-page document, print it out and all that, and then babysit this with the federal government. We have better things to do with our time, and that's protection. But as Shannon, you and I can relate to, it's getting rid of the clutter, and that kind of feels good. I don't want to steal your line because it's one of my favorite lines ever working with you. But you know the line I'm talking about, right?
I
Peter
do.
Walsh?
I was just getting ready to say it. I'll let you do the honors, though.
Oh, no. It's your baby.
Okay.
But you do feel bogged down with all that stuff that's around us. Get rid of it.
Okay, I've got 2 favorite lines that Bill already knows that I say. And in fact, I found the book the other day. I almost brought the book in. Peter Walsh, who's a professional organizer, used to be on Oprah, and he actually used to be on the air here at HSN. He actually has a book called Does This Clutter Make my butt look big. And it really is true. Now, listen, I'm not a professional organizer, I'm far from it, but we all know when we've got that mountain of stuff, it makes us feel extra burdened. And this time in history is overwhelming enough without worrying about what's going out to the curb. But the other line, and Bill knows what I'm gonna say next, is I don't care how old you are, how young you are, if you've got kids at home, if you're an empty nester, whether you're working from home or whatever it is, we all have that basket, or what I call that bag of good intentions. And you know very well, it's like that bag of mail that, you mean to get to it, you mean to get to it, you mean to get to it. Why don't you get to it? Because it's kind of a hassle, right? Because what are you doing? You're feeding 1 sheet, 2 sheets, 3 sheets, and then all of a sudden that poor old shredder that you got, you hear those gears and it starts to smoke. I used to think shredders were disposable. We have been using the same shredders all day long. Bill has been using the same shredder at home because he doesn't have a coordination team. And to say that you can do 130 pages in that back, just let it do its thing, do it. In fact, I'm actually, Bill, it's interesting because you know I already have an Embassy shredder and I love mine, but I do not have the capacity on the auto feed that this one has. So you know what, I'm upgrading to this and I'm just gonna pay it forward. I'll probably give my other one to my friend Catherine because I finally bit the bullet. I am actually gonna have a hoarding / organizing company come to my house. Now here's what's interesting. They charge you by the square footage, they charge you by what you take away, and incidentally, they charge you if you tell them, well, hey, here's this pile of papers, what are you gonna do with it? Now, they'll either take it away, in which case you're left to their own devices, or they will charge you a fee to shred it. They're already charging me a fortune, and like I said, hopefully it makes my life more livable. But I guess my whole point is there are professional companies that charge money to do the type of shredding that this shredder does, and does it, for all intents and purposes, automatically if you just put it in that auto bin, right?
Exactly what I do. I came home from a trip and all the junk mail was there, and guess what? I took all the junk mail instead of having to open them up and throw them away because you don't want to do that. I loaded them up in the back and I went on to start the washing machine and unpacked my bag. That's the convenience of this. Whether it's a big job, a small job, it does the job. And let's be real, we love our office equipment. Some of it's complicated and Wi-Fi this and sometimes you go to something and it needs toner. This, you just plug it in and you use it all the time. That's why those fashion colors are important, because leave it out. You see something, just go over there and shred it. Because that pile of good intentions, it grows and it grows, because you know what? We all have better things, more fun things to do than shred. So that stack just gets bigger. I'll get around to it on the weekend. I'll get around to it when I'm feeling better, when there's nothing on TV. And then all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. So then I just throw it away. And that's where we run the risk. And my mom had a similar situation. 6, 7 boxes in the corner of the garage. They were there for years. Old documents from when my grandmother sold her house and she passed away. And my mom was waiting for that big day at the bank to bring it all in and she could just hand it off and they could shred it. But even then, she had to load it up. She had to make sure it got shredded. I got her an Embassy and she was able to do it herself. And I have done that too, where I have upgraded my Embassy because they keep working, and given the old one away because I did want, actually, this is almost done, but one of my favorites, when we launched Autoshred, which just started this year, Adam Freeman launched it, and he came out and he was like, I love my Embassy. It's the greatest. It's awesome. I opened up the tray in the back, and he's like, I do not have that. I want that. And that's just it. It is a convenient upgrade. Shannon, you'll appreciate it all the time. And that's actually, that was the night Shannon brought out all the shred, and she's like, next time we have a Today Special, I want you to bring a kiddie pool in, and I want to swim in all the shred at the end of the show. And trust me, Shannon, when you were closing tonight, I was like, oh, I wish we were in studio.
I know.
You would be in a kiddie pool.
I would, right, because it's interesting. This is just part of what we have shredded, and no joke. I mean, it's better for Mother Earth, because if we had the footprint of the original material that was shredded in this, it would easily take up this whole set. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's hard to visualize how much smaller. Well, Bill, thank you, Bill. Show that bin that you have at home. So that's just part of what you've been doing all day, right?
This is just this evening. I've emptied it 4 times today already. And the thing is, this is excessive because we're showing you a lot, but I got to tell you, it's going to keep up with performance, which is the whole the reason why this care kit that we give you is kind of nice and included, because you know, like when you go on a big road trip, you check the tires, you give it a little bit of oil because you want to make sure everything's good. And that's what you do. 6 lubricant sheets. There's a bin liner if you want to use that as well. And so, you know, you just did a big purge, you clean the home office because company's coming. Let this lubricant sheet, and I'm going to stop it, that envelope has oil in it. So instead of having to drip the oil in or getting it on my hands, it eats half of it, opens it up, and now it's just dripping into the gears. So next time when I shred, I'll just finish up that process, and it'll have that drink of water so it's ready to go. Because I got to tell you, even when you've done that big purge and it feels good to start the school year off right, start the new year off right with a clean desk, an organized office, it comes back. I don't know what happens. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. And think of it this way. So maybe you're getting it now because you are at home and you kind of put off the upgrade to the home office because we all thought we were going back to the office. Actually, Shannon, do you know what I used to do? I used to take my stuff to the office to shred because they had a better shredder. I mean, let's be real. And I would just bring it in because that stack of good intentions got too unmanageable. I'm like, I'm just going to take it into work. So now I can shred it at home. It feels great to get rid of. And, you know, and it's everything from, you know, real estate offer here. This is a mailing slip with FedEx, it looks like. A receipt over here. And I'm not throwing it away. I'm not running the risk of becoming that identity theft victim at the end of the day. And it's really about minimizing that risk because it is out there. People dumpster dive, people are nosy, and you just want to make sure it's all nicely taken care of. And that's why Embassy are customer picks. Not that it's complicated, not that it's, you know, loud and obnoxious. It has one job and it does it so well. And you have that instant proof right here. And remember, larger waste bin than they've ever given to us. They're giving us these great shiny finishes. They're back. We got away from them for a little while. They were all matted. So you really have a nice luster in terms of whatever color you get. It's on wheels. It sits taller. One of the reviewers, she got one for her husband because her husband was always bent over shredding because the shredder was so far down on the ground. And this sits nice and tall, so it's within reach. Look at this. Someone sent me a credit card. I don't even need it. I'm going to be able to go through the plastic, and it's going to be that small. Like, you look at that. Could you tell which one was a credit card? Which one was a cardboard? Which one was those checks? Nope. Because it's such micro, and that's really the nice evolution you're getting tonight.
Well, and not only that, part of the reason I wanted to show this, thank you guys, is Christmas is coming. And I'm no Suzanne Runyon, but I love those craft shows and those craft stores. And not for nothing, you know, wrap and confetti and, you know, things that I like to put in my gift bags and my baskets, it's not cheap. I mean, it really isn't. And what's funny is it doesn't matter what you shred. The other thing about this is, yes, you can use it for gifts, your packages, your packing materials, your privacy, your protection, but this price is only good now. And the thing is, and Bill, I'm just gonna reference this, and that's why I like them to bring out that bag of, well, of our good intentions, is it's a smaller footprint. So even if it's something that's not sensitive information, maybe it's, you know, that grocery receipt or that magazine article, we've all got stuff that we're trying to purge and get out of our homes. If you just go through the simple act of throwing something away, it takes up a much bigger platform or a much bigger footprint than what this provides. You can read those customer reviews for yourself. And when we say that Embassy is our #1 brand, 1 in 4 shredders in America is Embassy. Professionals use them as well. They read like love letters. And for people to take the time to basically give a 5-star review on a shredder, you know they're doing something special. So let me just show you what you're getting one more time, because I'm upgrading. I have one of our original Embassies. I love it, I really do. But I have to be honest with you, it does not have that automatic document feeder, not to the extent that this does at 130 pages. And that really is what I need, because I'm trying my utmost best to get through, you know, some of the hoard. At this point now, I upgraded to the rose gold. If you want the rose gold, we have the final 400. Remember, this price is only good today. There's that beautiful champagne gold, the navy. They all have these beautiful luxury automobile finishes for all intents and purposes. There's that silver and then the classic black, which is kind of a glossy black. You get a liner, and then you also get 6 of what we call the lubricant sheets, which if you're someone like me and I've got to clean out a storage locker, I've got old tax information, old bank information. If you're doing a bunch of stuff or a big pile, or you just want to do it like maintenance, like you do the oil change in your car, they are including that as well. But that free shipping is a big deal. When you're getting the capacity, the power, and the price, you need to do it. But we don't always do the free shipping. And Bill, I don't know if we showed the animation or not, but it's funny. When I got my first Embassy, and by the way, it is not the profile that this one has, you lift up the box and it's kind of like slamming the door in a luxury car. You know it's made to last. Boy, oh boy, these are made to last, aren't they?
That was that was also everyone's frustration. They weren't disposable. They would overheat. They would jam. So that was just 30 shreds per page. Crosscut, as you see right here, is definitely a smaller shred, but that's been around long enough. They figured that out. You're going to notice the gears are going to get bigger. The teeth are going to multiply. So that is hefty equipment to go through not just 1 page, but 10 pages, and then to have that auto shred feed in the back. So it is a muscle machine. But when it performs like you want it to every time you walk up to it, because it's like, you know what? I don't want these documents. I don't want the mess. I don't want to be tempted by that credit card offer. Or are you going to be that person who does this, who just crumples it up and throws it away? And remember, I use this as dual purpose. I use the drawer open, and this is my waste bin. So I don't have to have a trash can and a shredder. But look at how much space that one piece of paper is taking up. That could be a wrapper. That could be whatever. And we've been there. You know, I take this all out to the curb. I throw it away. The garbage can gets knocked over. If this is floating down the street, it looks like it snowed or someone missed the party. If this floats down the street, they're like, oh, look how much Bill's making, or look where Bill works. It's about privacy. It's about protecting your identity. And it's really just getting a piece of office equipment home that serves so many purposes. Yes, the clutter is going to start to disappear because I'm not holding on to it, whether it's on the desktop, whether it's in a drawer, in a box. But if you have a bunch of stuff, which we all do, take that big stack, load it up, and guess what, Shannon? While it's going through that 130 pages, you can go back to doing what you like. You can go back to making those great recipes that you like to share with us on Facebook, or talking to family and friends on the phone, because this is going through the process for you. And remember, even though it's doing the auto shredding, I don't have to wait till it's done, because I found more stuff because if you're like me, if I'm in the zone of cleaning the office, I'm going to give it a good go at it so I can actually shred more in the front at the exact same time. And not just more paper, but even cardboard. Because remember, our identity is on plastic, it's on cardboard, it's on paper, it's even online. That's why we have stuff to protect our identities online. So this just goes through all of that, and you see the end result. Again, someone called that window, we call it a peekaboo window, but she was like, it's instant gratification. And who doesn't appreciate that? You don't have to wait. You don't have to download it and make sure it's synced up and all that. It's truly something everyone will benefit from, young and old, because think of it this way, 1 in 7 of us fall victims to identity theft. Kids and seniors are the most susceptible, and more of us don't realize it's happened until it's too late. So this is your first line of defense. And, upgrade tonight. Enjoy it.
For sure, because I upgrade. I think almost every host here at HSN has some version of an Embassy shredder. This is the best. They are the leaders. They are customer picks. And Bill, I have to say, at the end of the day, if you're gonna do it, invest in the name, invest in the brand, but invest in the best, because then you don't have to worry about taxing it. And like you said, just shred it, like set it and forget it, shred it and forget it. Bill, awesome job today. It is always great to see you. Next time I want to see that kiddie pool and confetti flying, okay?
And realize that extended holiday return, perfect time. Use it through the holidays. You can always send it back, but you won't, because you'll be like, it cleaned my office for me. I love it.
Absolutely, Bill. Awesome job as always. Thank you so much, my friend. Hey, thank you, Bill. By the way, if you want that rose gold, fewer than 400. There's our champagne gold, the navy, the silver, lubricant sheets, the liner. Glossy black is also a popular choice. If you are calling us right now, these are the final moments on our 5-pay flex pay event. So remember, everything, including that RCA tablet, that makes that less than $20 to get home. This is less than $30 to get home. anything that you've been shopping for, as long as you are somewhere in the various forms of ordering, you can still get on that 5-pay flex pay, whether it's something that was in this show or not. But definitely grab it now and act quickly. I really want to thank you for joining me. I am actually back on Friday with a show called Shannon's in the House. Always more important, you're in the house. And this Friday, though, will be near and dear to my heart because it's a special Christmas event. We're going to help get you a little jump start on that Christmas shopping.